it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualise, my asexual life. This is the place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon so you get notified of every time I go live like now, post a new video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you find the content useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or you just want to give this channel some like love. I really appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about connection and why it's important for well-being and your mental health, especially if you are asexual. First of all, though, if you didn't know who I am, if you're new to this channel, I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book. So if you're new to asexuality, you don't really understand the asexual spectrum, this is a great introduction to asexuality and pretty much tells you all you need to know in terms of what the difference is between sexual attraction, sexual desire, arousal, all that type of thing. If you're confused as to what actually the lack of sexual attraction is, all the answers are in this book. The link is down below in the description. And also, I am the author of this awesome fibromyalgia self-help handbook, which is how to manage fibromyalgia to have less pain, more energy, and feel happier within yourself. So, as you might have guessed by the content of my fibro book, I'm very focused on health and well-being, and particularly mental health. If you didn't know, part of my personal story is that I used to suffer with depression for absolute years. If you've looked at my more recent video, should I say, about my life story, about the journey that saved my life, you would know that I used to be depressed for years. I don't have depression anymore. I freed myself of that in 2012, but I do still have some anxiety. And at the moment, I'm off work sick. I have anxiety and stress, and I have been getting a lot more pain than normal, more than normal fibro pain. So I haven't been on here streaming every night. As you can appreciate, I've got to take time out to sleep more, to relax more, and, you know, just get better. I felt like I really need to do some videos for you, though, on health and well-being while I'm going through this, as a lot of, I know a lot of asexuals have mental health problems, have anxiety, and I just want to reach out to you and say it's nothing to be ashamed of. There's still some stigma around mental health problems, mental health issues, mental health difficulties. It's still not just talked about as it should be, and it's really serious, and anxiety is something that I've had for years, but fibromyalgia, people tend to have anxiety as well. They don't know if it's a cause of fibromyalgia or if it's actually what creates fibromyalgia, so what makes you get it, basically. But fibromyalgia is got through trauma. Obviously, if you've had trauma in your life, then usually there's a lot of anxiety around that trauma. And if you get anything that triggers that past trauma in life, you can experience the pain again in your body. So years ago, I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder. That was an adult. I was diagnosed with that, not as a child. And it was level 4, which is very, very high up, So most of the time, I tend to have it under control and manage it well, the majority of the time. But there's times when it just becomes too much, and then it manifests itself in my body as physical pain more than the usual fibro pain. And anxiety is very difficult to deal with. I mean, in some ways, there are some good things about anxiety. It helps protect us, it helps warn us of danger, and unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, anxiety for me actually has a lot of benefits in terms of protecting me. I don't want to go into all my past, but I've been in some very awkward and difficult situations in which I've really needed to have anxiety there as a warning to keep me safe and to respond accordingly in my body to the situation at the time. If you've heard of fight, flight or freeze, then you probably understand what I'm talking about. Hello, Megan. Lots of love to you, and I want to thank you very much for checking how I was today on my Asexualise page. That's very, very kind of you to inbox me. I came to say hi because I have dinner. Oh, much love to you, much love. I thought I'd do a stream tonight. It's not going to be too long, but thank you for saying Hi, I really appreciate it. But it's like I do like to connect, and that's basically what this video is about. So when I it's really lovely. And it's lovely when people ask how I am. I really appreciate it. And so thank you for the thumbs up as well. Mwah, much love to you. It's really nice. I can't thank you enough. I love it when asexuals pop a message in my inbox going, oh, hi, how are you feeling? It really helps my day and make me smile. Sometimes I don't answer straight away because obviously I'm not on social media quite as much as I would usually be. So yeah, and I am kind of like sleeping later again because I'm not working as well. I tend to sleep later usually a bit anyway. At the moment I'm not working, obviously. I don't intend it to be like that forever, but just while I'm getting better, really. And so yeah, it's very important, like for anxiety, to connect with people that understand you, but also connection is important for health and well-being, full stop. So you probably might not be aware, but I used to work for the NHS, which is the National Health Service in the UK, and I used to be a peer trainer for them. So I have lived experience of anxiety and depression, and I used to train people in how to use social media for the recovery of mental ill health. So whereas a lot of people think social media is really bad for the mental health and bad for your well-being and health, actually it can be a very, very positive thing where you connect with people who really understand you, and otherwise you would feel lonely, left out, misunderstood, lost, and in a lot of emotional pain and upset because you'll feel more distant and cut off from the world. So there can be a lot of benefits. And my one of the courses that I used to teach was blogging as an aid to recovery, which did turn people's lives around. One woman went back into actual nursing after she did my course, and she hadn't been happy until she did my course for like over half a year. Like it was probably about 9 months, something like that. So that was amazing. I know one other person said as well. So I used to have a co-instructor for that, but I have lived experience and I've got a teacher trainer qualification. So I have both, and I actually got paid more money because of my qualification was higher than the person who took me on, and I got paid more money because I was doing it self-employed, and then they employed me actually on the National Health Service because I did that great a job. And yeah, it was great until they cut all my courses. They got a new manager and then cut all the courses I did, which is a shame because they said it was too much admin, because there was a lot you had to give, like booklets out. Obviously I had to create booklets for them to go through to know what they were doing on the computer, which was normal. When you're doing a computer course, I was teaching them how to physically do the blogging, set up a WordPress blog, and use it and blog on it. It's a lot of technical stuff to learn as well, and they have to have like sheets printed out. So they were saying it's too many sheets and stuff like that. But it's an IT course as well as blogging. Do you know what I mean? Because IT's factored into it. Anyway, to cut a long story short, in the recovery learning community, which is what I used to work for as part of the NHS, we used to do the 5 ways to wellbeing. So there's different things, and one of the things was, as one of the ways to wellbeing is connection. Now, connection is something that's important for all of us. Connection is all about connecting with other people, with other human beings, or you might connect with animals, but in the ways to well-being, connection is usually to do with human connection. And it's important for asexuals to have connection with other asexuals. That's why, even though I'm not always feeling as well as I should be, it's important that I do kind of have that connection with my community, because it means so much to me and it does make me feel better. And like I feel bad if I'm not talking to you, because it's like I really do love being on here. Being on this channel is one of the best things I've ever done in my entire life, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'll just be on here for like years and years and years, and it's kind of fascinating to document my life in this way. Like over 5 years I've been on this channel, and you can see my whole asexual journey, and one of the people in one of my asexual groups, she's like, this is your legacy, Sandra, not just your books. And I'm like, wow, yeah, I guess it is, and I just love making a difference to people's lives. I know there's JM, thank you, JM, for saying that you love watching my videos. Big shout out to you. Lots of love. I really appreciate it, really appreciate you and appreciate your kind words. And so you know, to be able to connect with other asexuals and to have appreciation and to just understand each other is really, really important. Like, I did a tweet recently and it got over 100 likes. You know, I know I'm you know, I am resting, I am taking time out, I am getting better, you know. Well, I'm on the path to getting better, I think. You know, I'm still not great, especially in the mornings. It's really not good, but you know, I like to think I'm getting better. And so, you know, I just thought, you know, I'll just basically type something in my community to keep connected to them. And yeah, I got over 100 likes. I wasn't expecting that, and so that was really nice, and lots of retweets as well. And I think, you know, when you understand other asexuals, like, I really understand other asexuals, you know, I really understand asexuality. I understand the core of it. I understand how it works. I understand how the mind works differently, how the body and mind don't go together necessarily. And, you know, and it's important for asexuals to connect, to have that health and well-being, because, you know, part of the stress on our mental health a lot of the time is when people don't understand us, when we're made to feel small or insignificant, when we're made to think that we need to act a certain way to be liked, to be loved, and to survive and thrive in society, when we're kind of pushed to believe that we have to have sex in order to have a loving, happy relationship, and if we're not having it, there's something wrong with us, you know. When you connect with the other asexuals and you realize there's nothing wrong with being asexual, it just fills your heart with joy and glee, you know. It just makes you feel so much better, and for me it makes me feel special. I mean, I have never been so connected to people like I am now. Like, I'm emotionally connected to people, like I couldn't really have that in the past that much. And I think it really makes a difference. It's because we're very similar in terms of asexuality. Obviously we're very different as well, but, you know, being connected all together through asexuality is just wonderful. You know, all these different people from all different walks of life. And I think asexuals have a much more pure heart. A lot of asexuals are a lot more open than allosexuals, if you like. You know, when I talk to allosexuals, it's like they've got walls up. You can't really know who they are. They've kind of got barriers up. They're not straight talking, in my personal experience. Whereas when I talk to asexuals, they're so much more down to earth, direct, and say what they mean, and very much easier to get on with in terms of, you know, like understanding relationship struggles and day-to-day life struggles, I guess, you know. And, you know, you do look at the world differently when you're asexual. You don't see why people just are mad about sex. You see the sexualization, and it kind of really, I'm not saying this is true for every asexual, but for a lot of us, it's kind of really repulsive, and it's like unnecessary. You know, the majority of asexuals don't actually need sex, whether we're having it or not. We don't need it, and that's the major point, you know. And when people talk about sex, it's like it's a basic human need that everyone needs, like food and water and shelter, you know. It's like, it really isn't. You can't live without food and water, but you can live without sex. Many people do for years who are not even asexual, you know. So it's very important to have connection for human well-being. You know, if you have times when you're not connected to people a long period of time, you can be very isolated, very shut off from the world, very disconnected, like you don't belong, and it can feel like bad for your mental health. You know, you can feel like you're just out here on your own. I mean, I personally, you know, spend a lot of hours on my own at home. You know, if people didn't message me, I wouldn't have that interaction and connection. You know, obviously I can message them as well, which I do. But, you know, I wouldn't have that connection. And it's really important, especially like I have one of my best friends has anxiety too, and our anxiety is very, very similar. And it's so helpful to just talk to them, reach out to them, and they reach out to me and ask me how I am anyway. And their anxiety is so similar to mine. It's just very comforting to know that someone else is similar to me, that someone else experiences similar type of reaction to things, similar type of feelings to things, similar types of thoughts to things, you know. And it's just very good. Like, if I hadn't got that connection, I'd feel like I wasn't so understood, and I'd feel more like lonely, left out, misunderstood, and like, you know, kind of, I guess, less valid. But we shouldn't rely on other people to validate us, but you know, it does help when you've got someone who understands you. And a lot of asexuals, we are different. So I think for a lot of us, we were bullied when we were younger, or we're certainly left out and lonely because we're so different, you know. And when you're so different, you know, it's good. It's good to be different, but it can also be very isolating and very painful. So it's really, really good if we can reach out to other asexuals and, you know, just care for them and them care for us, even if it's just from a distance, you know. It really, really helps. And, you know, in order to help our well-being, you know, staying connected to others is really good. You know, sometimes, you know, I notice if I haven't talked to my friends for a while, I'm thinking, I really need to talk to someone now, because I'm an extrovert anyway, but with introverted tendencies. So I usually would go out. Obviously, at the moment, I'm not been well, so I've only been going out for food shopping when I need to. That's been it. I haven't been out doing anything else. I haven't even been for walks, which, apart from to food shop, because I don't go on the bus or anything. So that's kind of weird, because I could do with some more walks. But, you know, thanks for the thumbs up. Lots of love to you. But you know, I've just been staying indoors. Obviously, with the situation in the world globally at the moment anyway, it's a good idea to stay in, because technically speaking, I am more vulnerable than some people with fibro. But you know, it lowers the immune system, but I try and keep healthy with health products. But you know, it's important to just reach out to people who understand you. I absolutely love being part of this community. I love coming here and doing these videos. I'm sorry I can't do them all the time at the moment because I haven't been well and I'm still in recovering mode. But obviously I'm doing one tonight because I felt well enough to do it. And I just felt I needed the connection, you know. I do need connection like you do, you know. When I'm connected to you, even though it's through a computer screen and camera, I just feel bonded to you. Like I feel, oh, that's my beautiful asexual community there, right there, you know. And there's so much kindness and love on this channel, so much appreciation, so much thankfulness. I really, really do love it. I can't thank you enough. You know, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't even be here on this channel. And I would think I would be so happy, to be honest. Because for me, you know, being able to connect to asexuals globally is just such a rare and special thing. You know, like for years, I didn't know I was asexual. Looking back, I can tell. But I never realized it was asexual because, you know, I just didn't know. And for years, I just like, I'm different to other people, you know. And when I was a teenager, it's like I liked guys. I want to hold their hands and kiss them. And I used to think about certain guys a lot and really fancy them and really want to talk to them and really want to speak to them. But I never thought about sex. Like when my boyfriend brought that type of thing up, I didn't have a clue. I wasn't even thinking that way, you know. A boyfriend at the time, I don't have a boyfriend now, you know. And it wasn't the way my mind thought. And the only reason I did that at 16 years old was because the guy blackmailed me, really, like emotionally blackmailed me, which is like not very good. Don't do that, you know. But you know, it's like, oh well, my friends are all doing it because he was a bit older than me, and it's like, it's what was expected. And it's kind of like I just did it really to please him, like to keep the relationship as well, if I'm honest, which I won't do again. Like if a guy is not interested in me for who I am, that's it, he's out the door. Like I went on Facebook dating, as you know. I joined Facebook dating before I got poorly. I still kept it on there at the moment, but you know, I put it all over my profile. I don't like sex, so I don't get as many people on there anyway. But there was a guy recently, he goes, oh, earlier yesterday, he goes, oh, hi sexy. And I said, I am, but I can't understand. I am, but I'm curious to know. I said, I am, meaning, yes, I agree with you. I'm sexy, but I'm curious to know what attracted to you. But I'm curious, something like, I'm curious. I don't think he's on there anymore because I think he deleted himself because I told him to delete himself because it's like, I'm really not interested, basically. I like, if you're wanting sex, I'm not interested. So I don't know if I can get it up or if my app's decided to crash. Because I'm in some other bit at the moment. He's probably deleted it now, I think. Oh yeah, here we go. So he said, hey sexy. And I said, well, yes I am, but curious to know what attracted you to my profile if I don't like sex. And he's like, sorry. So I gave him a thumbs up. He said, want me to go? And I said, well, assuming you are looking for a relationship with sex, then yes, please go. I'm not into casual relationships or relationship with sex. I'm looking for a monogamous guy. Good luck. So yeah, do you know what I mean? It's just a waste of time. I don't do casual relationships. A waste of time, energy, and effort. Obviously, I've got other things to be focusing on, like getting better myself. But you know, I'm not needing a relationship these days. It's like I will wait if it takes me years for the right guy to come along, or stay single forever. Do you know what I mean? But it's important, like if you are single as well and you haven't got a relationship, if you're an asexual that's very romantic that would like a relationship, as opposed to an asexual that's not bothered about a relationship, it's very important that you kind of like stay connected to friends. But obviously all asexuals usually really value their friends, because we have this type of desire to connect with people of our own kind, and to also just have connections. Like there's a lot of asexuals that don't need a relationship. They really would never be without their friends, and they need that human connection. So it's very, very important. Years ago, I had a counselor, well, a couple of counselors, and they were like, it's okay to want someone to agree with you, Sandra, because I was made to feel like when I was a kid that it's wrong to want friends that will agree with me. And I had counseling for that, and they're like, no, it's not wrong. It's a basic human need, you know, the need for understanding, the need for like minds, the need for people who are like us to be with us. And that's actually good for our morale, and it's good for us, you know. And I wasn't around people like me for years, you know. And so when you're not around people like you for years, you kind of feel like an alien. You feel like you don't quite fit in anywhere. You feel a bit isolated and lost and lonely and in pain. And so it's not good. So it's really important for asexuals to connect with other asexuals, even if it's just online, if you can't meet up in person, because obviously a lot of us are dispersed throughout the globe, you know. But it's also good for your well-being just to be connected to other people regardless of their sexual orientation, because, you know, we kind of need that kindred spirit. We kind of need we need like to just feel that others are there, you know. So the whole thing in life doesn't feel surreal and like we're not wanted. It feels like we're a part of something bigger than ourselves, you know. That's what the community provides. The community provides a sense that you're you know, we're part of something bigger than just ourselves, and that's quite comforting to know. It's quite beautiful to know. And you know, I feel supported now. Like I have 3 best friends that I see in person, and I have a really close friend that I see, well, I speak to online. We're video chatting. Actually, it's Sunday now, so we're video chatting later today. I'm really happy about it. I can't wait. And they're in India, actually. Homo romantic guy. Hello to you, because he watches this channel. And so yeah, and there's another Indian guy actually that I do get on well with, that's not asexual. I get on really well with him. Video chat with him a few times. He's really nice and really cares about me as well, which is sweet. But in India, obviously, not going to come over here, sadly. But yeah, so he's got a nice job and everything. So, and he's settled. So anyway, yes. But yeah, it's nice to be connected to all these people that really genuinely care. I mean, you know, when stuff happens like this, when you're not at your best, who your friends are and who really cares about you are the ones that actually bother to message you, that bother to check that you're okay. Like Megan and JM wished me to be better as well, you know. And I have some beautiful friends. One of my best friends messaged me to see how I was. So, and I video chat with another best friend. So my other best friend's usually in contact daily anyway, and they messaged me earlier. So it's all good, you know. But all this connection is not what I had as a kid. You know, I was very lonely, very lost, very isolated. I didn't have real friendships. I had people that I thought were my friends, like one at a time. Never really ever had a ton of friends, and they weren't really my friends. They didn't really care about me. They wouldn't do anything for me. They wouldn't do things to make me happy because they just wanted to. I was kind of like more of a burden to them, or the person was spoiled, or, you know, or a person didn't really care. I had to do things like for the person, so they were all, it was all one-sided. Oh, hello, my life. Chi Gorilla. Hello, what's this channel about? This channel is about asexuality, which is a sexual orientation that's a lack of sexual attraction. And I cover lots of different topics relating to asexuality and asexuals and about life in general. It's about asexual visibility, says my life. Yeah, I mean, I'm not very well at the moment, so I'm not staying on here all the too late because obviously I'm still getting better at the moment. So, which is why this video is about well-being and connection. So because I have to get more rest than I usually would, you know, and chill out and stuff. So yeah, but yes, my life's got it right. It's about asexuality, visibility, and lots of other stuff. So I talk about personal, professional development stuff and well-being and health, and obviously asexuality a lot. And I usually do a lot of no sex movie reviews as well, which is quite popular. But yeah, so it's nice to see you, my life. Yeah. So I was just talking about connection and why it's important to be connected. Yeah, I'm not staying on here too long. I've been on here for like 25 minutes now. So but it's lovely to see you. I was just saying how much, you know, it's important to have connection when you're not feeling well. I've had some messages in my inbox asking me how I am, which feels really, really good. And I was explaining the contrast of the difference between when I didn't have proper friends years ago, didn't have proper connections, you know. It's very isolating, very lonely, and people weren't really my friend as a kid, you know. And then now I've got really, really good friends who I trust, who I know value my worth. It's like they'll travel miles to see me. They want me in their life. They'll message me. They care about me. I'm fully connected to them. My life, my partner and I might have known each other in a past life. Oh, that's nice. That's really nice. I spoke to an asexual guy on ASAP who is like an acquaintance friend I've known on there for some time. I don't go on ASAP too much these days because it's full of sugar daddies and spammers and scammers, unfortunately. But you know, thinks he's met his soulmate and he's asexual and shows she. So that's really good. I'm really pleased when people meet their partners, you know. Crazy thing is I'm a werewolf and my partner is a vampire. That's funny. So who's gonna bite whose neck, may I ask? Do I really wanna ask that question? If you're a werewolf and a vampire, how does that even work? I have no idea. I'm far from that stuff. I'm a Disney princess girl. It's very funny. I'm far over the other end, so I'm not into horror or anything that may be like ghosting, ghouly, and maybe like blood sucking stuff. I'm into like, oh, pretty little glittery stuff and fluffy stuff and Eeyore and Winnie the Pooh. A friend of mine is a hybrid of the two. Wow, that's a crazy pack you've got there. Going on. Yeah, for me, you know, it's just like, whoa. I think I'm gonna might chill out with a movie tonight. Actually, I'm feeling a little bit like I need a rest. Not every vampire and werewolf are at war. Oh, that's good. That's good. I just meant kind of like with me. With me, I'm kind of it's really weird because I've got male traits, right? I'm quite happy with my male traits, but I'm also very probably I'm like a business guy or a girl. You know what I mean? I'm not really in between. Because like the girl side of me is like, you know, I want to wear sparkly things. I want to have eat-alls and cuddly toys everywhere and nice pretty colours and stuff. But you know, but painting my nails is I'm not interested in all that type of thing, and I don't wake up hardly ever, as you've probably noticed on this channel. So I kind of like guy traits and girl traits, I guess. But not really anything in between much. So yeah. But yeah, it's nice. I do appreciate my community here. I appreciate you've been here ages on my community now. It's really nice. It's really good to connect with other people. And it probably makes you feel really good as well that your girlfriend is similar to you, doesn't it? I have a dark, edgy side and a pastel princess side. Oh, bless you. It's very interesting, isn't it? The light and the dark, the good and the bad, the evil and the good. But yeah, I don't think I have a dark side at all, partner. Oh, I don't think I have a dark side at all. No, I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying I haven't done things that aren't good. I'm just saying overall, I would say haven't got. Everyone's got a potential to have a dark, like everyone's got potential darkness in them that they can bring out if they want, and nasty and bad things they can bring out in themselves. So everyone's got the possibility of that within inside them. It's kind of within every person. But I would say that I never these days try to use any of that usually. But no one's perfect. I'm not perfect, so maybe subconsciously there's things I do that aren't, like I'm not perfect and not everything I do is good. But it's just like I tend to go more towards the light, that's what I'm saying, than the dark. I think that's fair enough comment. She doesn't go by GF. Oh, sorry. Oh, partner, not girlfriend. I apologise. Sorry. She, they. Sorry. She does say it's still called she, though. Yeah, she or they. Right, okay. Partner. It's really weird because I usually call, if I'm with someone, I usually call them my partner. Like when I was in a relationship, long-term relationship, I used to call them partner, not boyfriend, even though they were a he and I'm a she. Cis he and cis she. I always used to just say, I think I'm going to go in a minute because I need to get better. But yeah, I always used to just say partner, really, because they preferred that as well. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to conclude because I think I need some rest, because I'm still off sick from my job and I'm not on here every night because I need to rest more than usual. Yeah, rest is important. It's part of well-being. So I love connecting with you though, because this video is about connection. So I think I'm going to go and get some rest. If I'm not on this channel as much lately, it's because I need to just chill out, rest and recuperate. I'm still getting better. So thanks for all the love. Thank you. Sending blessings to you. Thank you so much, my life. I'm going to love you and leave you for now because I think it's important that I do take time out to get better, because obviously I do need to get back to work. So I do need to get better. And I'll see you on the next video live stream. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thanks, my life, for being here in chat. Thank you so much for Megan earlier. I really appreciate you both, and the GG Gorilla for asking me the question about what this channel's about. I love you and leave you for now. As always, take good care of yourself. I'll see you on the next video live stream. Like I said, it's not every day at the moment. I do hope to get back to that in the future. But take care of yourself and embrace your quirky and each other's. I'll see you on the next video live stream. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and I really appreciate it because it really helps the channel to be shown up in algorithms as well and grow and raise more awareness of asexuality. So it's really important to do that, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for all the well wishes and take care, and I love you lots, and thank you so much. Embrace your quirky and each other's. Bye. Take care.